You watched the fight, right? The boxing match. I heard you talking about it a little bit. Remember the last fight where someone got knocked out and it was for minutes and you brought it up on the show? And then you were kind of freaking out. You thought he was dead?
Yeah.
I saw this one too and I was like the same thing.
Lemieux? Yeah. Lemieux.
Against the Stevens?
Yeah. Do you have the highlight? Can you show Bryan?
I can find it.
You saw it on Rogan.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a great fight.
Lemieux's a killer.
Man. Super killer.
He's a killer.
People write him off because he lost. It's so stupid. They go, I post about the fight. He got manhandled by Triple G. I'm like, I know, I get it.
Before that, he was killing dudes.
No, it doesn't matter. He's killing dudes now. Triple G's the outlier there. He's still an amazing fighter, multi-time world champion.
Yeah.
Ridiculous fighter.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so into boxing right now, man. I just think it's such a great time for boxing. Triple G fights next weekend, pay-per-view, HBO pay-per-view, and then Chocolatito fights the same card. They always have those two.
He's not fighting. He fights
He has a tough fight coming up. I mean, that's for Triple G.
Right.
And so then you got, Triple G fighting. You got Chocolatito. They always put them on the same card because it's got the best two. You can interchange the best two pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to build both those guys. And I think, he has Jacobs, right?
Jacobs at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
That's like last year or something.
No, that's the fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one coming up. It's in New York. Chocolatito's on the same card. And then you got Canelo versus Chavez, May 6th. So then who knows after that? Because let's say Triple G wins. Canelo wins.
Chavez, Cesar Chavez's son?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish it was Caesar.
That guy's an outlier, a bit of an outlier, because he grew up with a lot of money and a lot of privilege and is way tougher than he should be, right?
No, I mean, he's his dad.
Sure.
He has discipline issues. That's the biggest knock on him.
Yeah.
And that's obviously because the way he grew up.
Right.
Now, he has the skill and the heart to be similar to his dad. Mm. But when you grow up...
It's hard.
But he has the skills.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to break that fight down, and that's some of the big news that I'll have. But I think, perfect fight for Canelo. Perfect fight for him.
How about Canelo? It's a little bit off, but if you had to put your money right now on Canelo, Gennady Golovkin.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll deal with it when it comes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll deal with it comes. April has great boxing, too. You got fucking Klitschko versus homeboy Anthony Joshua. Wow. That's a ridiculous fight, man.
That's going to be
and then Deontay Wilder, who just won, which I didn't think he looked amazing. I think if he fought any of the top 3 or 4 guys, he probably would have had an off night, meaning he would have lost. But then you got Deontay Wilder, who wants to fight the winner of that to merge the belts. Mm. That's the one thing I like. Not the one thing. I like a lot of things about Deontay Wilder, but he's one of those guys that he wants to merge the belts. He doesn't like that there's all these other heavyweight belts.
Is that because they're just different promoters that create their own?
WBO, WC, there's all that stuff. That's boxing.
Because I heard Golden Boy, I'm becoming senile. What is his name? Oh, my God.
Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah. De La Hoya was talking about how guys like Bob Arum and stuff are killing boxing because they just won't allow
They don't help
the best
it.
fighters
Yeah, they
to
don't.
fight.
And that's what makes the UFC so special is you're going to get, granted there's a lot of the entertainment ME, comes in and can kind of jungle things up, but that's what made the UFC so great. You're going to get the best versus the best because it's the only show in town.
And don't you
have to fight.
You feel like the UFC is just not doing their job in terms of promotion?
Yeah, they're not. They're the one of the best things that made the UFC was their social media game, because social media is so fucking important these days. If you're a comic, if you're a celebrity, if you're an athlete, that's your direct connection to the fans. Mm-hmm. Before, you have to have a publicist. Hopefully, they give you the right interviews to reach this fan base. Now, you have whatever. Let's say you're the UFC and you have 3 million followers. Those people are on board with what you do, and they are going to see what you post. So you have a direct line to them. It's like calling every single one of them up going, hey, April 6th, we got this coming up. This is what's going on. Let's make you excited about it. They're basically car salesmen selling a car that you want to buy. Mm-hmm. So convince me to buy this fucking car. Sure. And they're getting away with what got them to the dance. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing what made them so special. Shonda, who ran the UFC, they let go, who was brilliant at it, and she had a lot of concepts and ideas, and she was so great at telling these stories and creating the hype around the fight. Now I look at it, and it's not good, man. From the DC Rumble poster, That's fucking. That doesn't make me want to buy the fight. To a lot of things they post, like when Cody Garbrandt won and he, his amazing footwork. They go, "Hey, at Dancing with Stars, let's get him on there." Or some it'll post a fight like, "So excited for this weekend's fights," and it's just some bullshit like picture. Like whoever's running that, it looks like it's an older person, or maybe it's a team that just isn't in tune with what the fuck the UFC represents. Mm-hmm. I can't emphasize enough how important that is, man. It's so important, and they're dropping the ball. Right. They just are.
It's fascinating.
They need to hire someone. They need to do someone who's in tune and has their fucking ear to the ground with the fans, what the fans want, and create this fucking visual experience that people that we're accustomed to. But now you can't let that fall off. You can't sign with Fox and have WME and then then the quality of the posts get worse, and you're not telling the story of the fighters.
It's like a giant corporate entity has taken over.
Yeah,
and then
exactly
there isn't that passion.
And go, we're good.
Yeah, Dana White.
We're McDonald's now. We're good. Well, fuck, man.
Yeah, Dana White would flip out, live and die by every decision he made. And emotional about it. Fuck this, but with that emotion came, more color and more direction. It seems.
Yeah, he was very.
He's a great promoter.
And I'm not comparing myself to Dana White. I'm saying like with this. There's nothing that gets Fighting the Kid, Big Brown Breakdown, anything we do. There's nothing that doesn't get passed by me. I go over everything.
Yeah.